So Neil, 2-1 in the end, a little bit nervy at the end, but how good was that performance?
To a man, absolutely outstanding. I think obviously you lose a man and then you realise you've got to play the whole second half with 10 men. We said at half time it's going to take a gigantic effort to come away from here with 3 points. I said, but the feeling you'll get after that when you stick together, and what I witnessed in that second half was a squad, not just the players on the pitch, a squad and a staff that were all in it together, and that's what pleased me the most. And you don't come to these places and get 3 points easy, and especially in the position that we've been in. It's been a fantastic result, and one I'm really proud of.
The second half performance really showed character, but just straight after the red card, to show the response, to go up the other end and have the composure to give us that comfort blanket to make it 2. How important was that goal just before the half?
Yeah, definitely. Again, I think testament to the lads and the shape, that when we did go down to 10 men, we were still a threat, especially in that first half. Obviously, in the second half, as you go later in the game, the lads have been running and running and running. You're normally going to end up dropping deeper, but when they did drop deep, they were absolutely outstanding. They were throwing the bodies on the line. I think you've seen at the end there the clearance off the line. Chris has made some great saves today. So I think you gain more from these victories. You don't just gain the 3 points. I think the lads gain a sense of togetherness and willingness to battle for each other, to demand off each other, and that was all evident today.
The last 3 games have seen 7 points out of available 9. The talk over the last few weeks has been sort of about being better in both boxes. We're sort of seeing that more and more over each time we play, really.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we've reiterated a lot that it's important that we all learn, and that's not just the players, that's us as a staff, everyone really, and I think that's what you're starting to see now. Everyone's getting to grips with how we want to play. We do like to mix it up, and I think the last 3 results have probably been the reward for that. And again, there's loads still for us to learn, and we want to keep improving all the time. And we know that it doesn't just happen overnight with the amount of players, the amount of staff that have come into the club. But I think we're sticking to our principles. We still want to play football, but we also want to be horrible to play against, and that's been one of our mantras. Can we be horrible to play against?
Building on this result now, we go again on Tuesday in the league against Chester, and then Saturday against Buxton to put a run together to end this sort of run of decent results before we go back into the Cup. How important is Tuesday?
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive game against Chester. We know that, and I think it's just really important, like you said, to top off this run of games. Can we put the icing on the cake with a win on Tuesday, and that'll be our last league game for I think 10 days or 2 weeks. So we'll go into Tuesday knowing again it's going to be a really tough game. We'll respect every opponent as we always do, and again, like I said, if we can perform like that, I'm sure we'll give anyone a tough game, but we also understand that Chester will be a really tough game.
With the games coming thick and fast, rotation's bound to be apparent. Where are we sort of with the squad? Any new updates, any people closer to coming back?
Obviously Pikey and Arthur weren't available today. They're just getting over slight niggles, nothing major. So we'll look at them over the weekend, see if how they're feeling, if they're available for Tuesday. But again, when players are not available, it gives other players a chance, and that's what we always say, is that when you're called upon, be ready to step up and take your chance. And another one today, Danny Lloyd, who scored the goal, but then also had to come off for tactical reasons after 35 minutes. But testament to Danny Lloyd and his attitude. He's there on the bench, willing the lads forward. We've just gone into the changing room. He's the first to come over to me, give me a hug, and that's the sort of character we need. People that it's not about ourselves, it's about the team and about the result, and that sort of character will do for me all day.
Perfect. Thank you.
Top man.